Fuel pumps. Can't pump fuel without them. And if your fuel pump pressure is like Red's RX7 over here, jumping around all over the place, then we are here to show you a far more stable solution. Welcome to Red's Rotors. Changing an external fuel pump is easy when you have a friend with a hoist. The old Nikki carburetors don't need much pressure to operate. Mazda recommends 3 pounds per square inch, give or take. Some claim feeding them as much as 5 pounds. But our shitty needle and seats from a Walker rebuild kit are lucky to see 4 pounds before flooding fuel past the seals. And looking at the data from the fuel pressure sensor, our original OEM pump operates anywhere between 3.5 to 0.7 pounds at wide open throttle. So we are swapping out the small factory pump for a more consistent setup. A system with a higher raw pressure and governed by an adjustable regulator, gunning for around 3.5 pounds of constant pressure. While low-pressure fuel pumps are common, what limits the replacement options is the need for a high-volume, low-pressure pump, something that can keep up with the thirsty requirements of a rotary engine. Carter makes a popular option available on RockAuto's catalog. However, the guys at Christchurch Cylinder Specialists talked us into trying an AeroFlow 8 PSI Silber pump. Twice as much power as we need at the carburetor end, but just the right amount to input into a Holley 4-pound fuel regulator. Some 8mm barb fittings are installed, with a little liquid PTFE thread sealant applied. The only downside to installing this larger scale equipment is the retrofitting needed. But with a little additional bending of the included fuel pump bracket, we had the unit and filter mounted to the chassis in no time. And given the gas tanks in these old cars are infamous for rusting from the inside out, a 60 Micron large Pro fuel filter is installed upstream. Next, go on the 8mm fuel line barbs on the Holley regulator, adjustable between 1 and 4 pounds per square inch, and a bracket is riveted inside the engine bay to secure the regulator. Fuel pumps wear over time, so a finer 15 to 17 micron fuel filter is fitted after the pump and before the regulator to collect any stray bits. The Haltech fuel pressure sensor is placed after the regulator just before the carb inlet. Adjusting the fuel pressure is easy as owning a 16mm spanner and an Allen key, 7/32 of an inch to be precise. Release the lock nut and turn the top screw clockwise for more pressure or left for less. Then, when happy with the pressure, tighten the lock nut while holding the adjustment screw in place. Note that on a cold start, the pressure will slowly increase by almost half a PSI after the engine and pump warms up. So best set your ideal pressure when everything is at full operating temperature. To confirm the fuel pump can feed our mild 6-port 12A engine, Mazda suggests measuring the volume of fuel the pump can produce over a 60-second period. The AeroFlow pump exceeds the 1.4-liter requirement by a modest 0.3 liters, weighing in at around 1.7 liters of fuel pumped in the 60 seconds. Now, times are hard, so don't judge us for popping the fuel back in the tank. Not that 1.7 liters is going to get you far in a rotary. After a hoon around the block, the new fuel pump setup was mostly pleasing. Aside from the increased noise in the cabin, the engine felt much happier between gears and held pressure far more consistently than before. Staying above 3 pounds throughout the rev range and back again, looking through the data logged in the Haltech IC7, the only leanish event now looks to be around the accelerator pump tuning, which is an easy fix. Next, we might introduce some isolation mounts between the fuel pump bracket and chassis, and fabricate a cover to protect the hardware underneath. Hit the follow button if you would like to keep up. As you were.